Hello folks, Pipe Man 1861 here. What do you think of that introduction, eh? As I said in my last video, my brother Zach filmed that at the Billy Creek Village Civil War reenactment. And I must say it turned out pretty nice. I'm overjoyed at how it turned out. And I thank him so much for doing such a beautiful job filming and editing that. He did it all. And he, I believe, recorded the music for it too. So, thank you, Zach, for that. It looks beautiful, and I love it. Now, if you... Alright. For those of you who pay attention, I tried to do this video once before. I was not pleased with how I did with it. So I deleted the previous one, and I'm doing it again. So, you want to smoke a pipe, do you? Take two. You want to smoke a pipe. Maybe your grandpa or your dad smoked a pipe. He found his old pipe somewhere. Maybe you watched The Lord of the Rings, really enjoyed it, or The Hobbit. Maybe you're a fan of Sherlock Holmes and his three-pipe problem. Maybe you're just a history nut like me. Who wants to have a connection with the past. Or maybe you're a cigarette smoker and just wants to find a healthier alternative. Whatever the case may be. So you just made the decision you want to smoke a pipe. Well, pipe smoking, starting out with it anyway, can be quite intimidating. You know, there's more of an investment with pipe smoking at the outset than there is with cigar smoking, or especially with cigarettes. With a cigar, all you have to do is pick out a cigar you think you'll like and light it up, and either smoke through it if you like it, or put it out if you throw it away if you don't. Well, with a pipe you have something tangible left behind. The tobacco is not really so much the factor is you have a nice high quality or less quality pipe that you paid good money for. So this video is going to be about how to pick out your first pipe. First we're going to go over and go into a pipe shop and picking out a pipe. Okay. And then we're going to go getting them on the line. So, let's say you have a decent pipe shop near you, which is pretty few and far between these days, but maybe you do. You go in there, you're greeted with a lesser or higher great selection of pipes, different price ranges, okay? So, what are you looking for? Well, part of that depends on how much you're willing to spend your first time around. If you're looking to just kind of dip your toes in the water and try it out, and a lot of people apparently will disagree with me on this, but I will stick to my guns. Missouri Meerschaum corncob pipes are an excellent value for the money. Now, I know they've apparently had some quality control issues recently, but they are still good pipes. They will treat you nice. I would highly recommend the Missouri Meerschaum Country Gentleman pipe. It has a nice large bowl. It is about $18, I believe. But one of the smaller Legend pipes. Just any product from Missouri Meerschaum is going to be pretty decent. It's going to smoke good. and it'll cost you less than $20 by and large, unless you want to get one of their nicer ones. So, if you want to spend a little more money, if you're pretty assured that you want to do it, then I would do a briar pipe. The reason being is corncob pipes and briar pipes smoke a little bit differently. They both smoke very well, but they do smoke differently. There's slightly different flavors. Briar pipes, there's a break-in process you have to go through to make sure they don't burn out and they don't taste bad. But the briar has the advantage of being much more durable. So, I'm good at talking and letting my pipe go out. So, as far as briar pipes go, there are a lot of pipes on Amazon and various other websites that claim to be briar, and they're in like the $15–20 range. I honestly do not know any pipe that's actually briar that can be had for much under $35. $35. There may be a few $25 ones, but there's not many. And their quality is kind of hit and miss. And I'm a firm believer in, when you're just starting out in anything, pipe smoking or anything, you want to get the best that you can afford. The reason being is, at least then, you know it is not your tool's fault. It is your fault, and you just know you need to practice more, okay? You don't have to worry so much about, oh, am I doing something wrong, or is the pipe really bad, you know? I forgot to mention this in the last video. This is part of the reason why I wanted to remake this. An excellent value for the money in briar pipes are Rossi pipes. Now, Rossi is made by Savinelli in Italy, but it is one of their, I don't know what you want to call it, sub-brand, I guess. The fit and finish is not quite as precise as a regular Savinelli pipe, but it has excellent. They are excellent quality briar, and they smoke quite well. They smoke just as well as Savinelli branded pipes. They don't go through quite as much effort in the finishing department and the stems and all that, but they are exceptionally good values for the money. And I'd highly recommend Rossi. I do not own a Rossi. I need to get one of these days. But I do own a couple Savinellis, and they are exceptionally good smokers, and I have no doubt that the Rossis are just as good. Okay. If you want to spend a little bit more, you can get a regular Savinelli branded pipe. Peterson is pretty good. If you just want to drop a whole bunch of money, you can go out and get a really nice artisanal made pipe, artisan pipe, handmade by an artisan. That'll run you $200 on up, generally speaking. But you will have an amazing smoking pipe and a work of art rolled into one. But to start out with, personally, I would go with a Savinelli, Peterson, or a Rossi if you wanted to go a little cheaper than even that. Okay? Whenever you're looking, if you can hold the pipe in your hand, alright? Sometimes it's hard to see. It's kind of beneficial sometimes to have a flashlight, a little pin light or something. You want to shine the light down into the bowl of the pipe and look and see where the draft hole is drilled into the bowl where the tobacco goes, alright? That draft hole should be almost flush with the base, the bottom of the bowl, the bottom of the hole that the tobacco goes in, the bottom of the bowl, okay? It should be about flush, that hole should be. If the hole is drilled too much above the bottom of the bowl, moisture can collect down in there and make the pipe smoke wet and gurgle a little bit. So that's something to look for if you're able to hold the pipe. Another tip is you also want to, if you can, see if the stem will accept the pipe cleaner through it easily, because if it doesn't, that makes it hard to wipe the excess moisture out of your stem if you're getting a little bit of moisture in there. All right, so I'd highly recommend that. It's not the end of the world if you can't do that, but if you can, that's great. Make sure stem fits nice and straight. Make sure it feels good in your hand. I know that has nothing to do with how it smokes, but it has a lot to do with how much enjoyment you'll get out of the smoking the pipe. Put it in your mouth and see. And this is going to sound silly. Put it in your mouth and look at yourself in the mirror. Does the pipe complement your face shape? It's just like a pair of shoes, You can buy a really nice pair of shoes, but if you don't like how they look on you, are you going to wear them? See what I mean? Pipe's the same way. Pipe is also an accessory. You want it to look nice with you. Alright, anyway, enough of that stuff. The other option that I would suggest to you as far as your first pipe is looking into getting a restored estate pipe from one of the many fine restorers of estate pipes. There are a number of good ones out there. Briarville comes to mind. Reborn Pipes in in Canada. They're excellent. They both have websites where you can look at their estate pipes. I would have a list prepared, but I don't think I do. But you can look them up. There's some good sellers on eBay that offer restored estate pipes. I don't know them personally, so I'm not going to recommend one to you. So that's another option too. And you can get an amazing value for your money. You can get some amazingly good quality briar in some of those older pipes. Amazingly good quality briar. Very good workmanship. You can get a lot more for your money sometimes in an estate pipe than you can with a brand new pipe, because the quality back years ago was exceptionally good even in factory pipes, most of them anyway, and you can often do quite well with those. But of course it's a little bit more of a gamble with estate pipes. They're old. A lot of them have been used quite a bit. They may be restored, but there's often some little flaws in there. But most of what I smoke are estate pipes. I really like them, and I restore them myself, and I'm cheap, so I enjoy my estate pipes, and I would recommend them very much if you are willing to accept the fact that some of your pipes might have a little bit of a story behind them, and they might have some character. As far as buying online goes, there are a couple of retailers online that I would recommend you stick with. One of them is smokingpipes.com. That's probably the one that I would recommend the most. They do a very good job. They have estate pipes on there. They have brand new pipes on there, and I like what they do. They take a picture of the pipe that you will receive. A lot of companies, they just take a picture of one, and then of the one model, and then they send you whatever it is of that model. Well, Smoking Pipes takes a picture of the pipe that you will be receiving. So that's kind of fun. You can go through and see there may be a little variations, because they're all hand finished. Most of them are Peterson, Savinelli's. Even if they're mostly machine made, there's a lot of hand finishing goes into them. So there are little variations. So you can go look through the pictures and see, ooh, I really like that little difference in the grain on this one, and you can order that one. So I like how they do that. Pipes and Cigars is another place that I've ordered from quite a bit, mostly with tobacco. They don't have as good of a selection of pipes, and not anywhere near as good a selection as Smoking Pipes, but they still have some. They have some Peterson, some Savinelli's, and their prices are pretty decent. So you can check on them too. They're a reputable company. But they don't take, like I said, they don't take pictures of each pipe. They take picture of one representation of what the line looks like, and they send you one of that. But they're a good company and they're trustworthy, and I'd recommend them too. And there are a couple of others that I have never dealt with myself, so I'm not going to recommend them, but I'm sure there are some other good ones. Okay. But smoking pipes is personally where I would go for your first pipe, just because of the fact you can be sure exactly what the picture shows is what you're going to get. And they have good customer service as well. The next video we are going to be doing, or I'm going to be doing, in this series, we're going to do a series, is probably going to be how to pick out your first tobacco and breaking in your new pipe. Okay, so that'll be the next one. But anyway, I thank you so much, folks. This is Pipe Man 1861 saying goodbye. Good luck. May the good Lord take a liking to you, and I'll see you all again real soon. Thank you, everybody. Happy smoking.